What is Global Scholar? Global Scholar is really just a company. It's simply a data assessment tool. It can be split into two different assessments that are provided by Global Scholar. One is Performance Series and one is Achievement Series. The Performance Series is often referred to as the Global Scholar test because it has been used throughout the county in grades 2 through 8 in 2012-13. Achievement Series, however, is what we will be focusing on in CTE. To give you a history of Global Scholar implementation, as I mentioned, grades 2 through 8 took the Performance Series test in 2012 and 13. They did it in math and reading, and also in high school Algebra 1 and English 10 at 2 pilot schools. In 2013-14, Grade 1 will take an Achievement Series test in math. Grades 2 through 8 will continue with Performance Series, as well as incorporating Achievement Series in both math and reading. At the high school level, Performance Series will be expanded to include English 9, and 2 pilot schools will look at using Performance Series for geometry. Achievement Series will be used in CTE as well as some other content areas. So from a CTE perspective, in 2012-13, 4 CTE teachers piloted the Global Scholar Achievement Series. I'd like to show you a data report from one of our pilot schools. Once you put in your data using Global Scholar, this is a report that you could expect to receive using the Career Ready Practices rubric. To read this report, it is based on a 4-point scale, and the report is set up so that any student who did not reach mastery of that skill, meaning a 4, is highlighted in orange. So what stands out to you by looking at this report? The first thing that jumps out to me is Category 2. When looking at this vertically, you can notice all of the orange bars in this category. So immediately, without really studying this completely, what jumps out to me is that Category 2 needs to be an area of focus. As the teacher, I need to reflect on how much time did I spend on this particular skill? How did I teach it? What were the strategies that I used? How can I adjust my instruction for the next day's project or the next day's lesson? Should I be using a warm-up in tomorrow's class that focuses on the skills taught in Category 2? The next thing that jumps out at me is Category 4. In Category 4, we had all 4s and only 2 areas that are orange, and they were both 3s. This tells me that whatever strategies this teacher used to teach Category 4, she was on the right track. She emphasized the right things, and learning is taking place in that area. So as I reflect, I would want to look at what strategies that teacher used in Category 4 to teach those skills, and to continue to reinforce those. So when I teach the next project, or when I teach that project again, I know that I want to continue to use those strategies with this particular group of students. I also can look at this chart horizontally. And so if you look at this chart horizontally, there are 3 students in this class where they did not master 4 of the 6 areas. So again, by a quick glance, that could tell me something about those 3 students. I could reflect on what happened with those 3 individual students. Were they off task during the instructional period? Were they absent several times during the project? There are many reasons why these 3 students could be performing lower. However, it does give me some data to adjust my instruction for the future. Do those 3 students need to be grouped differently? Do they need a little extra help? Should they be pulled for tutoring? It immediately tells me, this data immediately tells me that those are 3 students that I need to be targeting on my next assignment or for reteaching the skills that were taught during this assignment. Here's another data report that Global Scholar can show. The pink bars highlight immediately some of those students who scored lower. And down at the bottom, you can get an idea of your class's average compared to your school's average, the other classes taking this exact same assessment in your school. So you can compare against your other classes, and then also comparing against the district average. How does this data help us in terms of PARCC? PARCC is the new assessment that will eventually replace MSA during the 2014-15 school year. It will occur in grades 3 through 11. PARCC has 5 different assessments. The first 2 are optional, and the second 3, number 3, 4, and 5, are required. What we know about PARCC so far is that Assessment 3 and Assessment 4 will be the tests that will be used to calculate scores for your school's improvement. To measure your school on MSA is very similar to using the end-of-year assessment that PARCC will provide. It is summative. However, there's this component that is what most teachers are reminded of, the MSPAP, the MSPAP test from years ago. It's a performance-based assessment, and this component is really where CTE can help schools really improve and prepare students for PARCC assessments. We feel that the CTE Career Ready Practices rubric, when combined with the Global Scholar Achievement Series testing, will allow us to have data before this performance-based assessment takes place on our students. It will show us what students are weaker in project-based learning or performance-based assessments, and allow us to make instructional decisions to adjust things and continue to improve our instruction to meet the needs of our students.